there. Thank you so much for tuning into the pink room. I got the gorgeous and the beautiful and the wonderful VITAWOOD. Ho.
Hey, I'm Vitakari.
What's up, dude?
Dude, you know, just here I just released this video, you know? So feeling good about that. Happy to be here with you.
Thank you for coming.
I love the pink room. I'm so excited to be in the pink room.
I'm happy you're here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Tell me, where are you from?
Okay, so I'm from Los Angeles originally. I lived here until I was 12. I moved up a little bit north, like Goleta, Santa Barbara, Ventura area. Then 17, moved to New York. And went to NYU, dropped out, moved to the south, where I stayed for like years, and just came back for a few years. And then just came back like, it's been a year now.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? I know, 1 year. Like, just happened like a couple days ago.
Oh my god.
So it's been 1 year since I got back, yeah.
Where about in the south did you stay?
I lived in North Carolina, which was like such a culture shock. Are you from
Norco, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was like
it's like desert, right? Or
no, North Carolina, bro, is like a fucking forest. It's like the devil's playground.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I like to think. Like, 'cause it's just these huge trees and, you know,
Very earthy.
yeah, kind of pretty racist. But also, like, to be honest, like, this is stuff. But like, I made like the best friends I've ever made out there, and I felt like the community was just really wonderful and interesting, and that I became part of. And that's why I became like starting doing music, because I had friends who, like, I feel like in LA, if you're not automatically good at something, it's kind of hard to just, ooh, yeah, get a little, yeah. But if you're not, you know, if you're not out here, it's like hard to automatically just be like, okay, I'm not good at this, so I want to try it anyway. You don't have that space as much because there's so many talented people here. Where in the South, people are just more like warm and receiving of new creative energy.
Nice.
So yeah, so definitely, I could just start music and it was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, it was fun. So I've only been doing it for a few years.
That's
Like
it.
2018. Yep.
Oh my goodness. When and then you just came back. You just came back to LA. That's
Hit
good.
the ground running. Hit the ground running.
Well,
Yeah.
we needed you.
I'm so happy to be back. You know, and I got to reconnect with my family and everything too, and so that's been really nice. And I just love the family. You know, I'm a big family person. My family's so lit. You know, so I'd hang out with them and do everything.
I love that.
Yeah.
When did you first start like painting? When did that begin?
Around the same time I started singing. So I'm gonna say this was like late 2017, 2018 was like the first time I really, like, painting was always so scary because I love visual art, you know? But I've never painted, so therefore it's just that, like, can I try something new? Because to draw your whole life and to start painting, it feels like the scariest step. And did you paint this?
Oh, we did?
Yeah, so it's obviously like,
I'll take a picture of that later and like show that.
But yeah, painting, I don't know, it's so like, you can probably draw really well, huh? And so like, translates, it's a beautiful piece. I'm seeing it right here. But yeah, so like, I'm sure you know the process of switching to colors, right? But then once I started painting, I felt like everything just popped off. Like, my world became so much more colorful, and like, even how I dressed and everything, yeah.
Yeah, I love the vibe.
Purple.
Purple. Yeah, tell me about like purple. Like, when did that become like your aesthetic?
So I think my favorite color is green.
Okay.
Just, now, I'm gonna be open about it. It's not purple. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh,
That's a secret. That's a secret. One time at the show that I had in November, I had like my first VITAWOOD. It was just like a small show, and my friend Cash told someone there, like, oh, you know, Vita's favorite color is not purple, it's green. And they were like, what? And so I was like, it's already out. The rumor's out. So anyway, so I think like who I am inside, like, is like a green person in that way. But then what I want to be, you know what I mean? Like the person I aspire to be creatively, I think is better represented by purple. So my Vitakari essence is definitely represented with the color purple, because it's just so like, just gripping and beautiful and versatile and powerful, and lots of things that resonate with purple that I really admire.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. And then like purple is just love and loyalty. Just it resembles so much.
It's Scorpio energy, you know?
It is Scorpio
Yeah,
energy.
Scorpio
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that's hella Scorpio aura right there.
So that's just where, you know,
That's so
like, but I love it, and it's just one of my favorite colors. I think painting purple, like paint
love
tones.
your paintings. I
Yeah.
love them all. I love the bug. I mean, just everything behind it. I love the whole VITAWOOD experience too. That's inspiring. That's
Thank
different.
you.
It's a piece of your mind into reality, and that's very, very powerful. When you did start painting, would you say poetry was something that you did along that same like time period of that?
I think I've been a poet my whole life. Like, I've been doing poetry since I can talk. I love poetry. It's been like one of my biggest forms of creative energy. So when I was living in the South, I was pretty involved in doing like spoken word performance stuff for a while, for a long time. And then somebody was like, "Can you sing? Like, you want to just try to sing on a track?" You know, using, because it's like I think a lot of people go from poetry into like making music. So yeah, somebody just suggested it, and just some like of my really good friends like wanted me to get on the tracks. That's how it became singing. But yeah, for a long time I was just, it was poetry, wasn't even anything I thought to share. I shared it in like online for a little some traction, and then when singing happened, it kind of just all built up into the snowball of what it is.
Of awesomeness.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
it's just creative energy. It's weird to be a multimedia artist because people are like, well, but what do you do? And I'm like,
yeah, it's all of it, all of it. It's real interesting to say that because, you know, it's like, what are you displaying, like, or like, you know, like I feel that totally because I get kind of asked that same question. But I feel you on that. It's like, well, you can do everything. Like, that's your gift on having a creative mind, is that you come up with new fucking ideas, you come up with new things, and I totally fucking feel like that. And you were a child. What did you like aspire to be, since, you know, your younger days you were always naturally poetic or naturally had that creative sense there? What did you want to be when you were younger?
Damn, so I have this book actually that I like every year from age like probably 12 to I'm gonna say like 19 or something.
This is really good.
Yeah, this is some good shit.
Okay.
So I haven't updated it in like at least like a year or so, but for a long time I kept this book, and every year I would write like what I wanted to be. So I think going back, some of the oldest things I like wanted to be, because I wrote down my aspiration, was I wanted to be like obviously an artist. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon at one point. I don't know, like I guess I wanted to impress my parents, but wanted to create. Yeah, that didn't work out. Let's see, I wanted to be an erotic baker at one point.
Erotic baker?
Yeah, so it was like someone who like sculpts like dicks out into cake, you know?
Oh, cool.
So it didn't.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's like I was like 12 putting that down. I was like, what is going on? Like, where are my parents? No, but it was fine. But yeah, so always an artist, always something creative. It always said like comma artist. So what does that even mean? I guess I'm doing it though. Young me, I think, would be proud.
Yes. Young you would definitely.
Young you would be proud too. You're killing it.
Shit, thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. I love that you talk about like erotic art. That like.
Oh yeah, I like sensual stuff.
What about it you think has like a positive impact?
I think sensuality in itself is very creative. You know, I think femininity is beautiful as well. Like, obviously, I feel like a very gender fluid person, just off top, but I love like representing myself in like the feminine way, which is like, you know, just like curvy lines when I'm drawing, or like the bright
anatomies.
Yeah, like those things are beautiful. Like sensuality is beautiful, and I feel like there's so much art that is sensual. Like dancing is so like sensual and like just such an expression. Yeah. So I feel like I have to reframe sexuality into like something sensual, you know, which is like it can be enjoyed. It doesn't have to necessarily be like, oh, like this is explicit, I guess. Yeah.
I love that. Oh my god.
Because some people, especially like, I don't know, everybody should be able to like embrace their bodies and like love what they have, and I mean, of course that's hard for like a lot of people, and you know, like I think just like sensuality should be reclaimed a little bit more, you know, fluidity as well.
Fluidity, and you know, being fluid as an artist. What would you say is like one of your favorite things to create?
I just love painting anything. I like making crafts for like people I love. Like I loved my friend's class. Oh, I made these. Yeah, I made these. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. I love that.
I love the expression of just like creating. Yeah, they're just like fuzzy and like cardboard on the inside, and I've sold like quite a few actually. People really like them. They're really sweet. But yeah, I love to create. I think I just love to create like really anything that comes from a place of passion. I can like make it. If I can see it in my head, like I can make it in real life.
Yes.
My friend Fi just had a music video job, and she's an amazing artist. She's performed at
Shout out to Fi.
She performs like every VITAWOOD. All two of them. All two VITAWOODs.
It's okay. Hey, there's still one. Yeah, it's coming.
But she wanted me to like customize this jacket for her, so we just had a day when I just like painted the back and did some fun stuff, and boom, like it was done. Or basically, like anybody who has a birthday, I love to create, and I find a lot of inspiration from that, and then I'm able to make things for my own like brand as well. But it's fun because art is a language, so I do love that, you know. It's a way to give back to like to the community eventually one day. And there's lots you can do with art, so it's a beautiful thing, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
From all the way from like North Carolina to New York, to LA.
Back here.
Yes.
Here.
What was your favorite memory that you have from just everything?
Favorite out of all of it?
I know there's dark and light, but what was like one of your favorite memories that you have?
I think recently, this was actually in 2019, because I like went back to visit ATL, because I work with a lot of people out there, and just like I have like a lot of love for me out there. I love Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. I love you.
Shout out ATL.
ATL. I don't know, I'm stuttering. Yeah. Like, so it's like a boy. I mean, just shout out to ATL. He's here. No, I'm just kidding. But I went there and I went with my friend Olatunde, whose artist name is Tunde. He's like the first person I ever made music.
Shout out Tunde. And
Quay Koo. We went to like Rory's. He's like a rapper, Atlanta rapper. We went to his like forest show. He had like this weird. It's like he posts coordinates. I don't know. Like Quay kind of knows him, I guess. And we went to the forest, and it was this like crazy release party where it was just like a lot of like movement art. It was like a listening party, and you had to like go through the forest to get there. It was absolutely beautiful, and I think that was a huge inspiration for even though the VITAWOODs here are so different, but even just that idea of like it's a journey to get to the space where the performance is held. You know, I really was inspired by that, and I think that was a highlight. I mean, that was a creative highlight, but there was so many highlights of my life in the South for sure, and New York. I mean, so many different things. But I think that was a moment recently that really kind of shaped the direction I was going in creatively with the events. So shout out Rory. Shout out Rory. So yeah, I think just the journeys like even to take to get anywhere, right, are like so experiential, you know? People are always like, it's the journey, not the destination, when you're like hiking up a hard hill or whatever. And I was like, that is so cool. I want every experience I do creatively to I want to throw an experience that's the journey, not just the destination. Experience that's the journey, not just the destination. You know what I mean? So at the last event, right, first of all, you have to find the venue. It was a really hard venue to find even. So Ulo, this woman, she's an amazing woman, Danny, had this space at Ulo, and I like curated it for basically the month of the show, and it was crazy. So first you have to find the space, which is already in the row, which you have to like navigate a bunch of other things like to get there. Then once you're there, you have to go into this living room, and my friends Jasmine and Amar were in the living room. So like we walk in and it's like a weird sad room, and then Jasmine and Amar were like on the ground, kind of like just trying to find the door. So the first thing, we like let groups of people in at a time. So the group goes in and it's like, where's the door? I haven't seen it. And they have to like figure out how to open the door. It's like an escape room.
What the?
Yeah, it was crazy. But the door was obvious, but I think the fact that when you go to a show, you're just not thinking that's gonna happen.
Exactly.
So
you're like, who am I gonna meet? Who am I gonna do? Do I look cute? Exactly. Like, girl, we're walking in, like we're making that appearance.
Right. And then to go in.
I can give you advice on women. Don't know how to keep a girl. I lie on my favorite color. Bring you into this purple world. And I can show you a thing or two about love and war. Now I got you all wrapped up in me and you want.
It was a vibe. It was so fun. It was like FOMO.
This is why you guys gotta get your tickets, okay? Don't think, no, get it.
Yeah, you should get tickets. Fun. I mean, yeah, you don't have to get a ticket though. You can just come. Don't tell anybody. No. But yeah, VIP.
Thank you. Oh my God, we did that.
Come in. Yeah.
That was so good. Thank you so much for sharing. First and foremost, I want to give you 100% recognition for all the VITAWOODs, but also I want to give you recognition for Bad Weather, which just dropped this two days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
Tell me about tell me about that.
Okay, so Bad Weather, it was basically like the song, right, I made, and it was about,
what is it about?
Yeah, it was about a dude. It was about a dude, you know, it did. It was about a guy, and it didn't work out, and I'm actually really good friends with him to this day, like best friends. But at the time, like, I was like, it's so annoying, like, why, you know.
Yeah, you need an outlet.
Yeah.
You need to let it out.
So I just made this song, which I mean, like, most of it, if you listen to, is like such a diss track. But the whole thing is like so bubblegum poppy, you know? So
very poppy. Very poppy. Makes you want to dance and be on theater.
Yeah, it just makes you want to like be like sipping some juice on the beach, and it's summertime, and you're driving like, you know, down to PCH and the windows are all open. Like, that's the vibe, you know? But really, if you listen to the lyrics, it's like, You gotta like.
It's kind of like Lily Allen on Smile. Like Lily
Oh my
Allen
god,
Smile,
yeah, that's a good call, yeah.
Under that, but no comparison. So Vitakari,
That's me.
that is you, the queen. Thank you so much for joining us on the Pink Room. But last but not least, I always end this question with, what is the best advice you can give for all the talented people out there watching on pursuing their dreams?
I think the biggest advice is everyone's gonna shut you down until you start doing good, right? So like if you start doing something new, people are scared to start something new and like go and get their dreams. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are gonna shut you down in the process, like, oh, well, you gotta have like a real job or whatever. But the truth is, like, just go 110%. And once you have like the streams and once you have the numbers behind that, your parents will accept you, everybody will start dick riding you, and all of a sudden you'll be doing interviews. So just do it. Just fucking do it. Do your dreams and be creative. And if you want this to be your full-time thing, it's a fucking like full-time hustle. But if you can do it. You can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to never stop and not get discouraged. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and foster self-love. Yeah.
Y'all hear that shit?
Self-love.
Vitakari, thank you so much for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the beautiful and the wonderful woman here. We will see you soon on the next Pink Room.
Thanks for having me. Bye.